Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of ancient Rome. Specifically, we're talking about the tools that made the Romans the original conquerors of the Mediterranean. Hold on to your horses because we're about to unpack the top 3 weapons that made the Roman army a force to be reckoned with. We're talking game changers, inventions so brutal and effective they make a catapult look like a children's party favor. So, grab a goblet of wine and let's get this legion marching. First up, we have the gladius, the weapon that made close combat a legitimate military tactic. This wasn't some flimsy piece of metal. It was a double-edged iron masterpiece, perfect for stabbing and slashing. Imagine a world before guns and tanks. You're a soldier facing off against another with a pointy stick, and suddenly, this absolute unit next to you pulls out a gladius. It's shorter than a regular sword, making it look even more terrifying, and the Romans didn't just hand these out like participation trophies. Wielding a gladius was practically an art form. They trained relentlessly, mastering close combat, learning to parry, thrust, and dismantle an opponent before they even knew what hit them. The gladius wasn't about elegance, it was about efficiency. It was about getting the job done quickly, so you could move on to conquering the known world. It's the kind of weapon that made you the envy of every barbarian tribe from Gaul to Germania. You could practically hear them whispering, "Man, I wish we had gladiuses." So next time you're struggling to open an Amazon package, just remember the gladius, and maybe consider ordering a letter opener shaped like a miniature Roman sword, for historical appreciation purposes. Next up, we have the pilum, which sounds like a brand of budget Roman toilet paper. But trust me, you wouldn't want to be caught with your trousers down when this bad boy came flying your way. Picture this. It's a sunny Tuesday afternoon in Gaul. You're a Celt warrior enjoying a leisurely boar roast when suddenly the sky rains metal. The pilum has entered the chat and it's here to ruin your day. The pilum was a javelin, but not your average pointy stick. This was Roman engineering at its finest, designed to ruin your day in ways you didn't even think were possible. We're talking a long, thin shaft, perfect for throwing long distances, tipped with a nasty pyramidal head that could pierce shields and armor like a hot knife through butter. But the real genius of the pilum, it was designed to bend on impact, making it practically impossible to throw back. Imagine the sheer frustration of trying to hurl that back at the Romans, only to have it flop pathetically at your feet. And the Romans usually carried 2 of these bad boys. The pilum was a game changer, the Roman equivalent of a long-range sniper, softening up enemy formations before the legions even got close. It was a weapon that instilled fear and dread in the hearts of their enemies. And if we're being honest, probably a fair bit of envy as well. Finally, we arrive at the scutum, the Roman shield that was less a piece of defensive equipment and more like a portable condo of protection. This wasn't some flimsy buckler you could just swat aside. This was a curved rectangular behemoth made of wood, leather, and enough iron to make a blacksmith blush. It was big enough to hide behind, sturdy enough to use as a battering ram, and stylish enough to be considered an early form of Roman interior design. Imagine you're a barbarian warrior hopped up on fermented goat milk and dreams of plunder. You've heard tales of these Roman legions, but you scoff at the idea of discipline and organization. Real warriors fight as individuals, you bellow, charging headlong into battle, your axe raised high. And then you see it, a wall of scutum glinting in the sun, unyielding and utterly terrifying. It's like the Roman army brought a fortress to a fight, and they're not afraid to use it. The scutum wasn't just about size and intimidation, it was a masterpiece of design. With a curved shape that deflected blows, a large enough surface area to protect the entire body, and a handy little boss in the center, perfect for punching unsuspecting barbarians in the face. The scutum also played a key role in the Romans' infamous tortoise formation, forming an impenetrable barrier that could advance on the enemy like a giant armored turtle. So next time you're feeling vulnerable, remember the scutum, or just invest in a good umbrella. And there you have it, folks. The gladius, the pilum, and the scutum, the top 3 weapons that made ancient Rome a force to be reckoned with. They conquered empires, built roads, and perfected the art of the passive-aggressive bathhouse inscription, all thanks to their trusty tools of the trade. Be adaptable like the gladius, surprising like the pilum, and defensively stylish like the scutum. And most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical hilarity. Until next time, stay sharp.